Hi, you don't know me, and just spoiler alert, I've never done this before, in case you can't tell. But anyway, I'm going through fertility treatment finally after a good few years of deliberation and trying to get my husband. Well, not trying to get him in the right place, but it's taken a while for him to be 100% on board. Not that he didn't want to, just a lot of personal issues to work through. Anyway, another story. But yeah, looking for information online about embryo adoption, adopted or donated embryos, being 42, and finding out I've got endometriosis and now adenomyosis. I thought I'd make a little video in the hope that it might help somebody that's also out there looking for some information. I can at least give that back to somebody else that, I would have appreciated. It might just help me, because I honestly don't really have many people to talk to. So, and I know a lot of people do keep it to themselves anyway. So yeah, hopefully this might help people. You never know. Right, so we are at the moment, we came back from Prague 2 days ago, and have actually already started some treatment, because they actually discovered in a the probably most least painful downstairs inspection I've ever had. They did an internal ultrasound. They very like literally 3, 4, 5 minutes. They found my ovaries super quick. They saw the cysts on my right ovary that they eventually found on at the NHS scan, where I had high COSY, where they put the fluid through to check if your tubes are clear and things. And I had a hysteroscopy, which they did, gross alert, 2 days into my period, which is quite heavy. And it was excruciating. I didn't know, apparently they're bad anyway. But I think because of all that, I don't think they had any chance of seeing anything. I mean, really, reading up about adenomyosis, apparently it's very hard to diagnose, but this doctor in Prague just said, because of, I can't remember exactly what she saw, but it was something to do with the lining of my womb. She just said that's adenomyosis. I just, matter of fact, found my left ovary, counted and measured follicles, lining, everything. Few minutes, no problems. And yeah, she's basically on Tuesday, where I thought we'd just be having a consultation, coming back home and discussing it, before we actually started anything. She said, no, if you want to go ahead, explained all the risks and side effects, which, sleeplessness, night sweats, things like that, I get anyway. I have sleep apnea, trauma, anxiety, maybe IBS, I don't know, it might be the endometriosis, bloating, who knows, but I don't have a very even life anyway, let's just say that. So I was like, go for it. I'm hoping the injection to pause my hormones for 3 months will perhaps even level me out a bit, and I can get to the gym more regularly and actually get a bit more weight down, because it's a struggle if you have endometriosis and things and you're in your 40s and everything else, and get myself a bit fitter and healthier, in case the transfer does work in 3 months' time. But yeah, it's an injection in your stomach, but it didn't really hurt at all. I've not really had any side effects so far. It's been 2 days. I had bad bloating yesterday, but again, that could have just happened anyway. I felt a tiny bit nauseous after, but I was tired anyway because I didn't sleep well over there. Yeah, so a lot of information in 2 days, more than we'd got in 3 months or longer of investigations here in the UK. And most of it was when I was living in the Kingston area, so you know, not any unheard of hospital. And I must say, you know, the fertility clinic there where they did my hycosi was in the private part where they would do IVF, and they were really good. It's just unfortunate that it was so painful, so invasive, and it's confusing how this doctor in Prague managed to see everything, including adenomyosis, just with an internal ultrasound and in a few minutes. But you know, that's what it was. In regards to clinics as well, if you're thinking of going abroad, I would just do it. I mean, obviously we've picked Prague because it is ridiculously cheap. I mean, to get another ultrasound, a more up-to-date ultrasound here, and the blood tests they needed, and you know, transport to and from clinics and everything else, the amount of hassle and stress and extra anxiety and everything else, it would have cost a very similar amount. It cost us about £420 for the flights, hotel including breakfast, and a car hire for sort of 2.5 days. And yeah, it would have probably cost £300-400 to get all the scans done here anyway, and with fuel prices at the moment, maybe a bit more. But it was actually less hassle, crazily, to go from where we are now, sort of in Hampshire. We've moved out from Kingston, but not far because we still work there. It was just actually much less hassle, other than the airport was very busy on a Sunday night with, I guess, a lot of people flying back home for work. But yeah, no issues really. And the clinic was amazing, let me tell you. Seriously, I will reveal the name of the clinic soon. I'll do another video on clinics, but the one we went to was amazing. They made us feel so at home, just the air, the atmosphere, the energy, I don't know, but it was incredible. And obviously we were told quite would have been distressing things, you know. I've got adenomyosis, which I suspected, but I thought I probably don't because the NHS hadn't picked it up. And, you know, I've got to pause my hormones for 3 months. Our best option, you know, is donated or adopted embryos. And my partner was, you know, told in the waiting area, actually, because the internet was so bad, I didn't connect my phone after my husband did his at the hotel. So we didn't get the email the night before from the test the first day, on Monday, to say that they'd actually found no sperm at all. So that was heartbreaking. But our coordinator told us in the waiting area, but because it was her and because we'd met them all the day before, it was just cushioned somehow, and we still left feeling so positive and really, really, I can't think of the word. There was just so much trust in their expertise. You know, we feel like we really are, you know, we definitely feel informed and that we've all come to the right decision together, rather than they just talked amongst themselves and decided for us. We feel very involved and actually still very excited, which, you know, you'd think with all that news you wouldn't be, but they're just so nice. It makes you feel whatever happens, we made the right choice and we're taking the right path to try, because I don't think I could cope in, like, you know, 10-20 years time. You know what, you know, if I have a dip and I just feel like I never tried one more time, because I always wanted lots of kids. I do have one child. It took a couple of years to get pregnant, I was about to have fertility testing then, but I fell pregnant just before the appointment, so it never got checked out then. He's autistic and went to live with his dad when he was 8, so you know, I still see him a lot, but obviously it's hard. He doesn't live with me. He's now 14. Still trying to get him into high school. Again, another story for another time. Let's quickly go through the bag of other things they gave me already, which was the deposit over there is €1,000, which is crazy compared to the amount you pay in the UK. And all of this, the injection was about £130–40 or euros. Yeah, it was about just over £100 for the 3-month injection, which is, I believe, 200 odd here. And all this medication was like £10, probably not even that. It's ridiculous. Right, so very quick, we've got the estrogen. Can you see? I don't know, like I said, I've not done this before. Is this what you do? There we go. Right, that's Estrafem 2 ml. I've got 3 boxes of these, so I know, I think you take them for 10 days, but I don't even need them till I go back in May. They just thought it was best that we had it all right now. So there's, again, more anxiety just taken away straight away. I'll take them for 10, we're going to go back after the 8th of May to see how my uterus is looking. Hopefully it's, you know, paused any severe effects of more adenomyosis and endometriosis growing. And they gave us nice fancy Czech aspirin, which I looked up is very common to have aspirin as part of your IVF treatment. It can help with implantation and success rates. I think it's something to do with helping the blood flow to the uterus in the right places. Last but not least, everybody's favourite that you've probably heard something about, progesterone pessaries, which these ones at least are not too big. I have seen them online about this sort of size and probably a bit fatter as well. So yeah, that's the medication and the story so far. So yeah, I'll leave it there because it's getting a bit long. Hope it was helpful. Hope not too boring. So yeah, I'll make another video again shortly, maybe a week or so, about how we selected our clinic. See you soon.